Okay, this is part 2 of me working on this painting. If you missed part 1, there's a link in the description. So it's been 24 hours since I painted this first layer, and that's a critical thing for me because I like to be able to look at it at the next day, if not several days later. And you see it with fresh eyes, plus you get to paint on a dry painting again. And what I want to do is get some fun shapes going on the inside of this butterfly. Now I don't know exactly what all I'm going to do, but I do have a starting point. I'm looking up here at this yellow that's peeking through. It's actually from the previous painting that I painted over, the Hawaiian shirt thing with the yellow flowers. So I see a sun here and some water. So that's my starting point. And I'm going to put that in. Again, I'm keeping it loose. Okay. And then I'm going to follow that strip of blue down below. Kind of indicate some water waves. Letting some of the previous continue to show through. Going around the sides so I have some continuous stuff there. And I was looking at this green and I'm thinking, you know, maybe there's a palm tree here, which is kind of interesting since the old painting underneath was a Hawaiian, based on a Hawaiian shirt. Again, really not trying to render an exact palm tree, just kind of give you the feeling of one. Don't like details. Okay, and then I'm going to mix up a trunk. That could literally be any color. I don't have brown. I don't use brown much, so I'm going to mix up a little mud. There's a mixture of all kinds of stuff here. And I'm going to go... Probably should have stayed out of that white, but that's okay. I can fix that later or not. Now I'm thinking about going down here and developing this green area here. This is a yellow green. Put some marks here. And also, since it's green, maybe there's some flowers there. This is some Crink paint marker. It's alcohol based. Let's see if I can make this a light pink. Make some flower shapes there. These markers are designed to drip if you squeeze the bottle a little bit. And I don't mind some drip. I'll stick a little yellow in between there. See. I got some fluorescent pink. Maybe I'll outline those. in a really crude way with my stick. Never give up. If something doesn't suit you, just keep going until it starts to jump. That actually is pretty fun right there. Yeah, okay. Let me see what I've got here. Something's telling me to make some leaf shapes here. I'm going to keep it really loose and playful, not labored. That's why I use big brushes. It forces you to stay really, really loose. So that yellow kind of detracted from the yellow in the middle of the flower. So what if I mixed up something a little more orange? Maybe change that to it's kind of a, yeah. So that'll be different than what I just did here. Okay. And I like this color that I just mixed up, so I'm going to put something funky here at the top of the butterfly antenna, because I think there's an opportunity there to have a little fun instead of it just being black. I don't know. Okay. Bring this sun down to the water's edge a little more. Mix up a more of a turquoise. Give it some variety there. Okay. Now what do I see? This is a little difficult down here. There's not a lot to go by here, but there's some blue here and a little down swipe of blue. So I'm going to make a little bit of a lighter blue. And down, maybe it's a waterfall, and we're sort of sticking with a tropical theme. Shapes that kind of look like leaves or something. Now up here, I sort of see some water there too. Let me see, what could we do? What could I do? You're just watching. Stick some color down here. This is a mixture of a bunch of different colors. It's kind of neutral. It's not bad to have some neutral areas so everything's not just jumping out at you. And I would call this lower part here way more neutral. But then since we seem to be in Hawaii, maybe there's a tropical fish going through here. Black. Black. Help define the shape. This literally might not be anything. I don't know if anybody would even see this or not at this point, so that's okay. Just is what it is. Some white in there. That's actually kind of okay. Really rough shape of a tropical fish. See my white? I really get, you get in a frenzy when you're painting and just you dip your brush in the white and it's no longer white. But I actually don't mind that because straight white is not as interesting as a mixture. I just get these quick ideas like, okay, make the water a little more active down here. All right, now the last frontier is to do something here. I'm going to take some pink, purpley pink, maybe capitalize on these wavy things here. These are just about a feeling. It's not any particular thing, but I think these colors look nice. And there might be another palm tree up here. You don't want to mimic that one, so it's a slightly different color. I don't want it to be a twin of this one over here. So this one's a little more blue, a little more subdued. Some blue sky behind it. How about another trunk, let's see, too green. Are there coconuts? Oh, wait. Yep. Not sure about that one, but let me see what I'm looking at here. That's a little distracting. I sort of feel like I need to strengthen the outline a little bit more. I've got a dirty brush here that's got green in it and stuff. So instead of using the stick like I like to use, I'm going to get a messy brush with some black on here. Define this outline that I kind of lost a little bit. I want to make sure people can see what in the world this is, although what the heck, it's kind of a abstract butterfly anyway, so if you can't tell what it is, and that's okay too. There's no right or wrong. One thing that I haven't touched is this body in here. I kind of like that. It's a very neutral color, which is nice because everything else around it is bright. I'd get a little more darks going in here for some contrast. Ooh. Little turbulence over here in this watery looking thing. So I'm just painting the idea of something. It's a lot to look at. So if that's the sun, then let's make some rays come off it. Drawing sun just like you did when you were a kid, right? Something like that. Tone part of it down with a little more orangey so it's not all the same. Ooh. Get my stick back out for the palm tree. All I'm doing here is having fun. It's just about having fun and seeing what happens. Sort of jump back and forth. I sort of feel like there should be some dark. This is phthalo blue here. Get a little definition going. If you show a little bit of the fact that it's kind of a big palm leaf, then the rest of it will explain itself. You don't have to explain every single piece of it. I'm going to step back one more time and see. Sort of wanting to get some tropical pinkish orange in there to go back between the blue. Might get some down here because I like what the color there. It was kind of a little murky underneath right here, so I put this in here. You know, when I like a color, I find other places to put it. Just why not? Okay. So I'm going to call that good for now. Again, I got some shapes going. I got some things that you can see. Oh, wait, there's one more thing I want to do. I was thinking about this before. Again, Crank paint marker. I'm using white, alcohol based. You got to shake it. I wanted to bring this top line down. So I'm going to use the marker to do it. Just kind of bring that down. Kind of whiten it up a little bit too. Got mixed in with the blue quite a bit yesterday. Restate that just a little bit. Maybe over here too, where I came down too far with the palm tree. Okay, I'm going to call that good for now. You can see I got a little more definition going on here. I got some flowers, I got a sun, I got some interesting shapes. The whole thing, interestingly, turned out to be kind of tropical, which I wasn't thinking about in the beginning, but it makes sense since I guess I painted over the Hawaiian shirt. So let me know what you think. Please comment. If you have any questions, please ask him down below, and check out my links in the description to my favorite art supplies,